whole point of prison, is it not, is to be a correctional institute, to make sure that people who go in there are people who have to be removed from society because either they've broken the civic contract with some sort of grey-collar crime, or they pose a direct risk to society. And what's supposed to happen is people are supposed to go to prison to face justice, but also to leave no longer posing that threat. And yet, with the government's justice reforms, sentencing reforms, which essentially seems to be allowing anybody out willy-nilly, regardless of the crime they have committed, without seemingly much thought to whether or not they have been rehabilitated, police are now warning that there is likely to be a surge in crime. Well, who would have thunk it? Who would have thought that people released from prison early might go back to committing crimes? Let's speak now to David Shipley, former prisoner and writer of Justice Issues. I mean, let's look at this. 6% crime rise is what police chiefs are saying about measures proposed under the sentencing bill intended to ease overcrowding in prisons. I don't know anything about anything when it comes to the statistics of recidivism, but I would imagine that could be an underestimate.
It might well be. I mean, I think it makes perfect sense, though. If we release a lot of people from prison or don't imprison in the first place, and those people are criminals, and then we don't do anything out in the community to stop them offending, of course crime's going to go up. If a prolific shoplifter is in prison, he can't shoplift. If we leave him out, he can. So it's absolutely to be expected that if stuff isn't done in the community, we are going to see crime going up.
I mean, these people, when they leave prison, a lot of them end up reacquainting themselves with their old groups, their old sort of, you know, cults of criminality, if you will. What I don't understand is I have heard previous governments plan that they're going to create supermax prisons, 10 new prisons. During COVID, we were building Nightingale hospitals, Nightingale courts. Why? When the situation of prison overcrowding has been hanging like the sword of Damocles over the justice system for so long, forcing a lot of magistrates and judges to not give out custodial sentences or give much reduced ones, now leading to people who frankly should have no right to get back into society, freedom to go around and commit crimes again. Where are these prisons?
Well, we learned actually in August that the prison building programme is now considered to be unachievable. That was the verdict of the National Infrastructure and Service Transformation Authority, which is a big government body that oversees this stuff. Basically, one of the big prison building contractors collapsed in August of last year, September of last year, sorry, and now no one really thinks the prison building programme is achievable, which means, by the way, that on the forecast growth in prison population, the prisons will be full again before the next general election. So the party in power, Labour, are going to have to do something about that. And I just don't, I mean, if they have to consider further early releases, we'll be releasing people at 25% of the way through their sentence or something like that. It seems like no one will accept that. So it's going to be a disaster.
It is going to be a disaster. The Justice Secretary, David Lammy, I mean, perhaps actually, I'm no fan of David Lammy, but the fact that these people have been released from prison early isn't necessarily his direct fault. It seems to me like Wandsworth Prison need to very much get their act together. But he should at least deserve to get it in the neck for failing to be honest in Parliament when asked whether he knew about yet another prisoner having gone missing.
Yeah, I don't think it's particularly David Lammy's fault. I think it's actually the fault of the prison service managers and the senior civil servants who've mismanaged this system for a decade or more. But yes, he was not clear in front of Parliament. He could have given some disclosure. He could have said, there is actually someone we're looking for at the moment. I can't give all the details, but I will update the House as soon as I can. And he could have been honest about it, but he chose not to. And then this morning, he sent out his junior minister on the airwaves to defend the fact that he went suit shopping yesterday morning when he knew there were two prisoners on the run. And then last night, from his Twitter account, I saw he posted this tweet. And I appreciate he's very proud of this, saying that he was very proud to be the first black man to appear in the prime ministerial role of Prime Minister's Questions. But this is on a day where he's lost 2 prisoners who are still at large. So it just seemed a very weird thing to send out, to be celebrating this disastrous PMQs and the fact that, you know, the prison system is in chaos.
No, frankly, if you have to sort of keep going back to the colour of your skin to be your sort of best defining feature, then you're clearly not doing a very good job in your role. David, thank you ever so much. It's always great to catch up with you. David Shipley, their writer on justice issues. Right, we're going to take a short break.